Hey, it's your girl Soncerae here, and I just wanted to take you guys on a journey with me as I repair my finances. Everyone knows that I've had amazing ups in regards to my finances, and I've had some interesting downs in regards to my finances. A lot of people know that last year I was pregnant inside of an extended stay hotel. I didn't have any money. I had lost 4 sources of income that I had before my pregnancy. This actually wasn't the first time in the past couple of years that I had been in like this financial bind. Check out one of my last videos. I was talking about an eviction that I got in 2014. So as I sit here and I improve my finances and try to get back to multi-millionaire status, I want to bring you with me on this journey so you can see how I've been doing it. Excuse me as I kiss the sky.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Now, first thing I did was try to figure out how to repair my credit. You could be making more than enough money. Your income could be amazing, but if you don't know what to do with your money, you can still end up in the situation that I did. So whether you have a well-paying job or you just have a job that's paying you just enough for you to get by, here are a couple of ways to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Number one, make sure you add up your debt so you can know exactly how much you owe. Now, you can't do like me because I didn't have a credit card. I barely had any debt, and my credit score is severely low. 600 something is not good. See, you have to have some type of debt that you're paying off in order for you to have some type of proof that you can pay for some stuff that you owe. That's how your credit score improves with time. So because I've never had any credit cards, because I've paid off all my student loans, and I ended college a long time ago, my student loans are nowhere on my damn credit report at all. But you have to consistently be in debt and then pay it off, and debt and pay it off, and in debt and pay it off. It's like a balance. It's definitely a juggling act, so you have to be careful. Number two, you have to know exactly where your money is going. A lot of people know that they're spending money, but they don't necessarily know what they're spending money on. Let me tell you something. Every time I see Hulu and Netflix leave my account, I'm like, ugh. And I don't know why I'm like, because it's only like $11. But at least I know where it's going. Some people be like, why the heck is Google taking out $12.99 out of my account every like week or so? This was happening to my mother, and I couldn't understand what Google was taking out of her account over and over and over again. And then I realized it. She was playing those stupid games. You know those apps that you put in your phone? Yeah, she was playing those games, and they were $12.99 every time she would like play like this boost where it would give her like extra weapons and stuff and extra like tools that she needed in order to win the game. And I'm sitting up here and I'm seeing $12.99, $12.99, $12.99. She didn't even know she was spending it. She had no clue. She's over here spending hundreds of dollars a month on a game and wasn't even paying attention. So you have to be careful. You have to know where your money is going. Next, know how much money you're making. There was a time where I had so many sources of income and they were all equally giving me so much money that I wasn't even keeping track of it anymore. And that's very bad. Like, if you get to a point where you have so much money to where you're not even keeping track of it anymore, that is a problem. That is not as delightful as you think it is. If you don't know how much you're making, you're definitely not keeping track of your money. You got to know how much is coming in. Next, know what your bad money habits are. A lot of people have some horrible bad money habits. And let me tell you the 2 money habits that I had that were crazy. Number one, I was always giving money away all of the time. Now, there's nothing wrong with you giving donations, giving whatever it is that you can, but make sure that you aren't giving excessively. Like, a homeless person will walk up to me and ask me for $5 and I would give them a $50 bill. Another problem that I had was I wasn't investing my money so that it could multiply. You have to use some of your money so that it can multiply as well. So you have to have income as well as that income multiplying for you. People always talk about residual income. YouTube is a residual income source for me. However, some of those dollars that I get from that residual pay, I invest into other things so that that money can multiply. I wasn't doing that before, and that's the biggest mistake I made when I had this large sum of money. Next, make sure you have emergency savings, okay? That's the biggest thing, because I'm thinking about how much money I had at the beginning of last year before I started dating my son's father. Then I started dating my son's father, and we would go traveling, we would go out to eat, we would have a good time with each other. And then when I no longer had the sources of income that I had, money started dwindling down, but my bills didn't change. And I didn't have a savings. I didn't have a cushion to fall back on when things got really, really tough. Having an emergency savings is amazing because you never know what's going to happen. You never know if your health is still going to be the same. And that's the one thing that I learned this time around. I said, you know what? I'm not going to ever get back in a situation to where my health is compromised and I can't work and I don't have any income or I don't have any money whatsoever coming in. That's how you end up in an extended stay hotel living in the back of a truck. Next, make sure you teach your children about finances, because that's the one thing my mother didn't do. My mother handed me a checkbook and was like, here you go. For a long time, I just thought you write checks and that's just money that you spend. I had no idea what you do with a bank account. She just handed it to me when I was a teenager and didn't explain to me anything about a checkbook or a bank account. So make sure you teach your children so your income or your wealth can last long past your generation. I always said to my mother, this generation is a generation to where poverty is going to stop inside of our family. And even though I didn't grow up in poverty, I was well taken care of. You know, we always lived in good areas. I can never say I lived like in like the projects or anything like that. Even though my mother was a single mother, I never wanted for anything as a child, you know. I actually got to learn what the struggle was after I left my mother's home and went to college and everything like that, and I had to take care of myself. So I know about that just by being an adult, you know. But I've always taught my daughter about finances, and I wish that my mother had taught me more, so when I did get, you know, the large sum of money I did, I would have done better with it. But honestly, my mother didn't do well with this money either. She basically squandered $100,000. So make sure you teach your children what you know, okay? I appreciate you watching. Have vision and stay focused. Namaste.
It's true, I'm so caught up on